So I am rapidly running out of time to make this video, so yeah, it might be just a little bit rushed. I will probably have very scattered thoughts and be generally incoherent, so I apologize for that. Additionally, I kind of changed my sensitivity. I'm trying out a new mouse sensitivity thing, so I'm not going to be doing very well throughout this game because I just do not have the muscle memory with this new sensitivity to be able to utilize it effectively. So that's a thing that has to be contended with. Hello, that person is lagging as well, and I just dropped into the worst possible location. Alright, well, goodbye all of you. I am getting my health back. And my speed back. Okay. That person has like all of their health, and I do not have snowballs, so I'm going to retreat from this location and see if these people want to come and fight me. They are going to run away instead. Alright, so the topic of this video has something to do with bicycles. If you don't know already, I'm kind of a big fan of bicycles. I do a lot of bicycling. That person dropped down on me, and I should not be in F5 right now. Okay, well, bicycles, yes, bicycles. I utilize a bicycle to get pretty much everywhere. You might be aware of that if you watched that one video that I made about a car crash that didn't actually happen. So yeah, I ride a bicycle pretty much everywhere I go, and that leads to me having to rely on that bicycle's proper functioning, right? Usually if you're going to utilize something like a bicycle to transport you, you kind of want it to be a functional bicycle and not a dysfunctional bicycle, because if it's a dysfunctional bicycle, it is probably not going to get you where you want it to go in an efficient manner. And so a few days ago, let's see, it was actually yesterday from when I'm recording this, I think. No. It was 2 days ago, not yesterday. I wonder if I can swoop in, grab a helmet, and swoop out. Okay, I can. So yes, 2 days ago from the current day, I was, just utilizing my bicycle as I do, and I wound up... Oh, hello. Just a second. Let me not... Okay, I'm not going to not fall into the void real quick. So I was riding my bicycle from wherever I was before back to the house that I am staying in, and, that's all well and good. I've done this trip many, many times before, so there's not really any problem with it, except for the fact that for some reason my bicycle feels off. I don't know exactly what's off about it, but it definitely feels off. There's something fishy going on, right? It feels like a little slower. It feels like I'm putting a lot of work in. And after a little while, I noticed that it's sort of like bouncing up and down in a really curious way. So I look down at the wheels of the bicycle, and I realize that the back wheel has gone completely flat. That is very not ideal, with the entire, you want your bicycles to be functional. That person has a lot of health remaining. But you want your bicycle to be functional, and that includes the wheels. You do not want to have a flat tire, because a flat tire winds up making it very difficult to bicycle, as it turns out. And so I have a flat tire, which means I need to do something about it. And... long story short, well, actually, no, I'm not going to just sum things up. So I basically ordered a new tire and new wheel and stuff. So bicycle wheels, for anyone who does not have any concept of how bicycle wheels work, there is the tire and there is the inner tube. And so the tire is just a bunch of rubber that goes around the inner tube, right? And it lies on top of the wheel. I have no chest plate. This is not going to go well for me. I choose to live peacefully in a different location. Stop going in F5. You do not need to see who is behind you. You just need to run away. Now, bicycle wheel, or I guess tire replacement is kind of a chore if you don't have the proper tools. And guess what? I do not have the proper tools. So I typically wind up just kind of trying to pry the tire off of the rim of the actual wheel, because it is pretty tightly locked on there. Obviously, you'll want to have your bicycle tire saying where it is, so it's going to be relatively tightly fit to the bicycle wheel rim, the metal part. And so I wind up, usually when I have to, oh hey, I got a kill. That's funny. Every time that I've had to, oh, that person has, I can only assume they had strength. So I wound up getting the bicycle wheel situation sorted. Now, the whole process of this was accentuated, I suppose, by the fact that several months ago, I guess, at this point, I had to do basically the same process because the front wheel of my bicycle went flat. And so I had to replace that, and that was an entire ordeal in and of itself. Now, the thing about this specific instance was that it was only an inner tube which had gone flat, and so I did not really necessarily need to replace the tires themselves, but I did replace the tires anyway, because I figure if the inner tubes of my bicycle are just going flat at random, it's probably a good idea to replace the tires, because that might have something to do with the fact that my inner tubes keep going flat. The tires are just kind of very low quality, and when I was replacing them, I found that the tires had basically turned into like strings of, okay, that person nearly killed me in one hit, but they did not, and instead they did actually kill me in one hit, but I didn't instantaneously die in that one hit. I fell into the void instead. So yes, I had replaced the front wheel inner tube a month or two prior, maybe several more months than that. Time gets really screwy when you're not paying attention to things and instead focusing on Skywars games. But yes, I had replaced the front wheel tire at some point. That's some lovely items. I would love to have pants as well, but we take what we can get. Did somebody bridge and fall in? Oh no, they're just sat here trying to knock each other into the void with snowballs. Alright, this probably will not go well if that person actually jumps down and tries to kill me, because I do not have the necessary material wealth with which, the necessary armor, I guess, to deal with them. They're just gonna kind of stand there gauging my skill until I wind up walking into the void myself, I guess, or until somebody else winds up. Why? It's because I don't have pants on. Whatever. I'll leave you alone and go die to somebody else, I guess. Great strategy, I know. But yeah, so essentially my decision was to replace both of the tires. They had basically turned into rubber strings by the point in time when I was, by like 2 days ago. It was a really interesting sensation. But ultimately, I have replaced the tires, I have brand new tires, I have brand new inner tubes. I only replaced the back inner tube because that one was broken. The front one, of course, was quite new. This person has a lot of health and a lot more armor than I do, so this is not going to go very well for me. I wonder if they would be alright with donating a pair of pants. You got any pants spare that you could give me? Probably not. I kind of feel like definitely not, in fact. Watch them build a barricade even though I did 0 damage to them with that bow shot. Now I don't even have speed. This is terrible. I wonder if there's any person's island that just did not get looted that I can steal pants from. Let's check this out. That's empty, but these are full. Oh, what do you know? What do you know? And nothing else. Well, there is a power 3 bow. I guess that's pretty good. And speed, so I can supplement my lack of speed with a non-lack of speed now. I guess that's definitely a regular sentence. And they're just kind of jumping over there. I don't really mind that, I suppose. Let's see what all this has in it. More ender pearls. Hooray! They're gonna get like all of the other mid chests though, which is not ideal for me. Well, so long as I don't, you know, bridge or jump into the void, that should hopefully not be terrible for me. And a helmet. That will be a very excellent addition to my arsenal. Wonder if they would allow me to get at an anvil at some point. They would probably prefer that I did not do that. Alright, I'm not gonna just like jump across this gap, so you can forget that ever happening. Alright, I guess they're just gonna guard this edge so that I can't get anywhere near that anvil, which is tragic for me. I'm a terrible shot. They are literally stood directly in front of me. And I'm not going to forget about you if you walk behind a pillar, okay? They also must have, like, projectile protection or something, because I am barely doing any damage. It's also kind of a function of the fact that you are not hitting them, but whatever. This is dragging on really, really long. I need to finish this game up and, like, go somewhere, because I have other things to do than to... I'm not going to forget that you're there just because you walked behind a pillar. I've already been over this. They've regenerated all of their health. Alright, let's see. How much time do I have remaining? I've got some time remaining. Alright, they're just gonna build a bridge and annihilate me as soon as they come across. Which is fine. I have no qualms about it. Why are you doing this? Alright, I have one sharpness sword. Check this one out. I'm going to escape. And they're going to do that. But they've taken massive quantities of fall damage. And I do not have the health. Oh, I managed to pull it off. That was a close fight. You too. Oh, I have the wrong... Whatever. I'm sure that they will not criticize me for saying you, capital U, to... Well, with any luck, this is probably the end of my bicycle troubles, and I will not need to replace any other part of it. This bicycle has had a lot of replacement parts over the years, so it's kind of like the ship of Theseus at this point. Is it even the same bicycle anymore? I kind of think it is. The frame is still the same, so it is basically the same bicycle. But either way, that is going to be it from me for this video of Skywars. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. Goodbye.